right. So next up, we have Barry from Skip, and Barry is going to give a talk about many chains, one transaction. Please give a warm round of applause to Barry.
Thank you. Do you know where I should plug my laptop in? Could you pull up the? Okay, thank you. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's quicker.
This is. Okay, yeah, I'll just use the laptop. Okay. I'm gonna need to come use it during the presentation. Can we? What's up, guys? I'm gonna just start talking, and we'll figure that out. My name is Barry. I'm one of the co-founders of Skip Protocol. Thank you. We build transaction infrastructure in Cosmos. The reason that I need my laptop and the reason that I'm kind of late to this presentation is that we've been overnight hacking on something that I think is really impressive, and we're really excited to demo for you live during this talk, but sort of need to pray in various ways that it works. But when we started Skip a long time ago, about a year and a half ago, we were really focused on this idea of helping make chains more sustainable through MEV. We thought if we could help chains recapture their own MEV, we could make them better off, we could make Cosmos better off. And we've done a lot of that with Osmosis, and we built out ProtoRev, and we've helped validators recapture tens of thousands of dollars on MEV on Juno, and that's still a really important part of who we are. But we've spent a lot of the last 6 or 9 months realizing that MEV is like a second order problem in Cosmos, and that there are bigger, more immediate, more present problems around user experience, and especially IBC user experience. We went to wallets, and we basically said, hey guys, we built all this really interesting order flow auction technology. We can help your users recapture the MEV that they're leaking when they swap. And a lot of wallets we talked to were just sort of like, you're kind of getting ahead of yourselves there. Like, we just need to help people make cross-chain transfers and cross-chain swaps. So we simplified a lot, which led to this focus on UX. Is ready? Yeah. If we could just, I just want them to show this laptop the whole time.
But you want to demo it, right?
Yeah. So I just need the laptop, right? I need it to I need the internet. I need to play it from my laptop. Okay, cool. I'll just tell you when I'm going to switch to the internet or switch to Chrome. Does that work? Cool. Okay. So this talk about making IBC UX simple and fun. Okay. So main thing that we realized that IBC UX right now is very painful. There was this tweet a few weeks ago about how buying a bad kid is the hardest problem in computer science. And we had this experience ourselves. We introduced a lot of our investors and folks we know from the Ethereum community to Cosmos. They had these problems. And I think a lot of it is summarized in this screenshot from the Keplr wallet, which is, we don't hide the dirty details of IBC from users. They're forced to pick channel IDs. And even if you're like a crypto native person, you're like, okay, what channel ID do I want? You kind of have no idea what anyone is talking about. But more than that, like, the developer experience is also painful. Like, there's a reason that Keplr's UI was like that, and it's because trying to learn all of these things is a massive pain in the ass. You go to the IBC protocol.dev website for their docs, and you get an image like this of a packet flow, and that's like the only thing that's on the front page, and you're just like, holy shit, this is gonna be more complicated than I thought. And then as you get into it, you realize that's just the beginning. There's all these denom hashes you have to worry about, and there's all of these like special middlewares, packet forward middleware, IBC hooks, clients, relayers, channels, connections. Like the whole thing is incredibly complicated, and it's not intended to be application developer facing, but because we're building all of these different applications on different chains, everybody who tries to build in Cosmos gets immediately exposed to this. There's no liquidity where they are, they have to bring it to themselves. And so then you build your app and all of a sudden you're like, wait, I have to learn all of this stuff too. So we built this product that we announced 2 days ago called Skip API, which the whole purpose was to make IBC very easy to use for wallets, front ends, and applications. So the sort of first problem here was this routing problem. So for those who aren't familiar, channels are like roads that connect chains. But unlike when you're driving on a road, if you send a packet over a channel and you mint tokens on the other side, they actually get tagged with that channel ID. So you go over 2 different channels, you end up with 2 different tokens. And so the path you take to a chain decides what token you have on that chain. And very frequently there is one token that is the correct token, you know, the canonical version of Atom on Osmosis or the canonical version of Osmo on the hub, and then there are many that are wrong. And what we see in our data is that there are 50, 100 versions of wrong tokens on all of these chains with various levels of liquidity because people have transferred over from the wrong place not knowing what they're doing. So what we do is intelligent pathing. So we try to reduce what the developer has to think about away from this complexity of denoms and channel choices and all of these things to just ask the API, hey, this is the token that I have, and this is where I am, and this is where I want to go to. And we take care of the rest. So if that means a multi-hop packet, if that means going back through the hub, that just happens for the developer. So if somebody has ST Atom on Osmosis and they want to transfer it to Juno, if they go directly over to the Juno port, they'll have the wrong version of ST Atom on Juno. They have to hop back through Stride, and our routing makes sure that that always happens, regardless of how many hops you are away from home. Doesn't matter where you are in Cosmos, doesn't matter what kind of token you have, it just works. And the developer experience is really, really simple. Developer just submits an intent for the user to transfer, and we return the preformed message with the correct routing using all of the underlying multi-hop technology, so user can hop through as many channels over the right chains in a single transaction. And then after that, we sort of hold the developer's hand along the way, streaming back information about where their packets are, and what stage of execution they're in, these kinds of things. So you don't just submit a transaction like, okay, is it on Juno, is it on the hub, where'd my tokens go? You can always hold your user's hand. And we thought that was great. You know, we thought being able to transfer without picking your channel would be a great start. Being able to transfer and having confidence you're always going over the right channel would be a great start. But we also wanted to do a bit more than that. We wanted to be able to support any-to-any swaps as well. Because we're talking to wallets and they basically said, hey, like, transferring is a good start, but people don't really think of transferring and swapping as different things. They just think of, I have a token in one place, I want to go to a token in a different place. And I still want that to be one click. So we built that too. So you can also use the API to submit just an intent to swap. You say, hey, I have this much Juno on the hub, and I want this much Akash on Akash. And we do, in addition to all the stuff that we were doing before around tracking packets and building the correct routes and all these things, we also do DEX aggregation in the background. So you go to the place you're going to get the best liquidity for whatever it is that you want to do, you do your swap, and then you get forwarded on to the channel you want to end up. So there's no bridging action, right? You just say, here's what I have, here's what I want. It's all one unified action. It's all one click. And for the developer, it's the exact same. We built a little demo of this as well at IBC Fun, and you can see how it works. But we're not, in the business of building front ends. We're in the business of building infrastructure, and so what we're really excited about is that a lot of our close partners and a lot of the best teams in Cosmos, like Keplr, are adopting the API in their wallets, in their front ends, so they can start to have experiences like this one. Where users just on a chain, they have a token, they can go to another chain, and they don't have to worry about all the complexity underneath, and it'll just work everywhere. And so what you're going to see as this API starts to get adopted by more and more of our partners, and they start to launch these features in production, is that Cosmos is really going to start to feel like one chain. It's really going to start to act that way. There's not a separation between moving and doing. You just do, and it doesn't matter where you are. We also wanted to go one step further than that, at least for now. We said, okay, that's great, but we kind of need to revisit this question of buying a bad kid. It's still very hard, right? We thought, okay, well, what if we could take any token on any chain and we could buy a bad kid in one click? So you don't need to, start with your atom on the hub, go to your stars on the Stargaze. Even if you can do that with the API in one click and then buy your bad kid, you can do it all in one transaction. So we built that too. Again, it works the same way as a developer. You just say, this is what I want to do to our API, and then we return all of the message information that makes that happen, and you just give that to user and submit it. And it just works. So I'm going to live demo this in a second. I have a recorded demo as well in case the live demo doesn't work. But I'm going to just not play the recording now. Could we just mirror the screen of the laptop so I can go over to Chrome? People in the back? Sorry. Technical difficulties with the presentation, going off script a little bit. So for folks who just walked in, we're demoing buying a bad kid in one click with Atom on the hub. We'll see if it works. We can't get the screen to work. So you all gather around my laptop, maybe. I could promise you that it works. I'll play the demo video in the meantime, in case they get it fixed. So Osmo and Osmosis. This is a clone of the Stargaze website that one of our developers, Jacob, built last night. I'll show you more of it if I can get to Chrome. But we go ahead and approve this very complex contract call on Osmosis. I would have shown you on the Stargaze website, but the Stargaze website actually doesn't expect you to be able to do this, so it doesn't show the NFT in my wallet. But shout out TFM. TFM just works. So we refresh a couple of times, and then it's there. Osmo and Osmosis to my NFT. Anywhere. I left it on Stargaze, but could go anywhere. in the same transaction. I did that one with a relatively cheap one because I want to do the bad kid live. Do we think maybe we can just mirror the laptop now? Is that potentially possible? Huh? Yeah. That's all I need. I swear it'll work if we can. Guys? You know what? Okay. I mean, they can come up. Okay. Mirror? Okay. See if that works. I just mirrored it. Yes? No? Oh, fire. Okay. All right, let's see if this works. All right. I guess I'm going to try to do this one-handed. So this is our Stargaze clone. Apologies to the Stargaze devs. This is not as good as what you guys have done. But we have what we need here. I'm going to do this one. So we can buy it with stars. You can see how much that costs. But I'm going to go ahead and try to buy it with Atom that I have on the hub. So this takes 63 Atom. I have 79 on the hub. See what happens. This is the most expensive demo to fuck up in the world. Nice. Okay. All right. Let's pray. So, because this is a clone website built in a night, we don't have great updating on the front end. But my Atom is gone, so that's a really good start. And now we're going to go to TFM. And we're going to hope that it's there. It's done. Yeah. So that's bad kids in one click. Thank you guys for working with me through all the technical difficulties. I swear the hardest part about this was getting the laptop screen to work. Working with the API is very, very easy. That's why Jacob could build this in a night. So also shout out Jacob for that. He's incredible. But yeah, that's it. I might have one or two more slides. There's a lot more that we're going to be releasing here over the next few weeks, and we're going to be integrating with a lot of exciting partners. Keplr was announced yesterday. That's just the start. And there's a lot more that we're going to be doing here. This is really simple functionality for now, and we've kept the simple functionality very simple, but we want to start giving folks more complex, more powerful tooling around fast relaying, around multi-hop packet tracking, around more expressive cross-chain and after-swap actions, and that's all going to be coming out over the course of the next few months. All of this is free. It's going to stay free. For developers, the contracts support charging affiliate fees if you want to. We don't charge fees for using the APIs. We're not going to charge swap fees. We aren't really building the swapping functionality as a way to make money in the short term. We're doing it because we got a lot of adoption, a lot of excitement around our block space products. We love building them, but we wanted to help grow the pie in Cosmos, so that's what we're doing. So these are free to use. It'll stay free to use. So if you're interested in using it, come chat with me, Jacob, or Keplr, anyone you see wearing a Skip badge or these Skip shorts. A few non-Skip people have them, but they know us well. So yeah, thank you guys.